Good morning. Once again, we are continuing our story from the ancient sagas of the Bible. We've reached day 63 on our trek through the Bible towards day 365, and we are in that part of the Bible which contains ancient sagas. And this particular bit is from that period between Abraham and the Exodus, and we've come to the story of Joseph this morning. I'm going to be reading to you from Genesis chapter 37, verses 3 to 8. Jacob loved Joseph more than all his other sons, because he was born to him when he was an old man. He made a long robe for him with embroidered sleeves. His brothers noticed that their father Joseph loved him more than them, and they hated him so much they wouldn't speak a civil word to him. Then, one night, Joseph had a dream. When he told his brothers about it, they hated him more than ever. This is what he said to them. Listen, I've had this dream. All of us were in this field tying up wheat sheaves when my sheaf stood up, and yours all made a circle round mine and bowed down to it. So his brothers asked, "You think you are going to be a king and rule over us, do you?" They hated him more and more because of his dreams and the things he said about them. In this tale, Joseph had several dreams that annoyed his father and his brothers, all of them correctly foreseeing the end of the Joseph saga, and because of his ultimate success, the way his family survived a famine. The writer of this saga, the one who knew God as Yahweh, has given us such a good plot that it's even been made into a West End musical. We don't know why the writer set the plot in Egypt, or even if he had any particular pharaoh in mind. There does exist a contemporary Egyptian saga called The Tale of the Two Brothers, which shows some similarity to the Joseph saga. One good guess about when the story is set is based on Egyptian records of a partial takeover of Upper Egypt by people they call Hyksos around 1730 BC. But the story is important to its writer as it forms a critical element, a crucial element in the salvation history of his people. It explains how the descendants of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob came to be living in the land of Egypt. This kind of story would have been precious to the early Hebrews. It would have helped them to identify themselves as a distinct people, different from Egyptians and from the Canaanites surrounding them, making them deeply aware that their God, Yahweh, had chosen them as precious to himself. For us, this part of the saga reminds us to pay attention to our dreams and not look down on those whose spiritual gifts seem greater than our own. Here it is a simple story of dreams coming true, like in a fairy tale. But now we know that dreams are more subtle than that. Our dreams are a window into our unconscious minds, and those who pay attention to their dreams, perhaps by keeping dream diaries, gain insights into their own mental processes that would otherwise not be available to them. God is always speaking to us in all our experiences, dreams included. Tomorrow, the saga continues as Joseph is sold and taken to Egypt. See you tomorrow.